Have you ever wanted to buy a used car or recreational vehicle, use it for a while, and then when you go to sell it, you make money? Well, my name's Kevin, and I have bought and sold over 70 different cars and recreational vehicles from locally to across the nation. I've brought them back, used specific methods to be able to get them ready to market, and then I sell them for a profit. And in this video, I bought this 2018 Tracker boat, and I'm going to show you the steps that I take to get it ready to market. So then I can use it, get enjoyment out of it, and then sell it. And I know in this video, there will be value that you can take with you when you go to buy your next used car or recreational vehicle. So let's start with step one. So one of the very first things that I do is I do my walk around on whatever it is that I bought. In this case, this boat. And I make a list of everything that I'm going to do to the boat. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what parts that I need to replace. I'll make a list and then I will order them within the first day or two. So I'm not waiting weeks or months to receive them and to be able to fix it. First is going to be on this trolling motor. This rope is frayed, so I'm going to replace it. It's what's used with this handle to pull up the trolling motor. Second part I'm going to order is the mount for this Laurance fish finder. After I have my parts ordered, I'm going to get my batteries charging. I don't know when the last time the previous owner maintained the batteries, though I now have them plugged in. Once those things have been completed, I have employed my two boys for helping me clean out all the compartments in the boat. And in this boat in particular, I noticed that once all the compartments had everything removed from them, there was quite a bit of moisture and condensation in the compartments, so it allowed me to start getting the compartments dried out before I started the vacuuming process. Found some cards.
Yep, I can kill that. It's fine.
Okay. This is most of the items that we took out of the compartments.
And this is one of our favorite things we found while cleaning this bin out. It's a nice weight box full of weights. Counting on myself.
We're gonna use it?
100%.
All right. Once we removed all the items out of the boat, it made it a lot easier to start vacuuming out each of the compartments prior to washing and scrubbing out the boat. Now that the inside of the boat has been vacuumed out, I received the pull cord replacement for this trolling motor lift. This was a very quick and easy process. And just like that, I installed the new rope, tied the knot here, and here's my running line to my handle. So the next thing that I'm going to replace is this Laurance. It has a broken mount on the back. This is what it was attached with. So I found the part on eBay. I'm going to use the mount from that to replace it because nothing on the back is broken. So I went onto eBay and found the same part. I got it for a great price. Instead of buying it brand new, I'll buy it used and then I'll sell the old one back on eBay. And now the Laurance mount is fixed. It looks much cleaner. And this one came with a cover. Then the next project I start to work on is to replace the carpet on the bumper guides of the boat trailer. Previously, it was just wood with a little bit of foam in between the wood and the boat. I really didn't like the look, and I considered doing an upholstery shop that I'd worked with in the past, though it would have added too many days to my process. So I just purchased the carpet on Amazon, and I ended up doing the entire process myself. Now, I definitely know it didn't look nearly as good as what it would have if the upholstery shop would have done it for me, though I was okay with it, and this worked a lot better in my timeline for the next steps that I was going to take, and it took me about 1 hour of total time to get this done, and the overall look was acceptable. So I've been able to fix the rope on the trolling motor. I repaired the mount on the Laurance, and then I've recarpeted the bumper guides for the boat trailer. And now I'm gonna clean the inside of the boat, finish cleaning the outside of the boat, and then the trailer, and getting it ready for a photo shoot. And then we're gonna use the boat as many times as possible until it sells. The next step was the washing process. We washed the inside of the boat, and for this, I employed my 2 boys again. We had basic cleaning supplies and a few brushes. We broke down the entire boat into different sections. We took our time and we literally changed the color of the inside of the boat. I knew that whenever I bought the boat, it needed to have a deep clean, which would really help with the photos that I take to show the new owner how clean the boat really is. This didn't take that long since we were able to just spray everything and get it wet, and I just had it drain through the boat, though it made such a big impact on how clean the boat was after we washed it all out. We washed all the seats. I washed around the steering wheel and the gauges. We opened the compartments to ensure that everything was cleaned out. And I also cleaned where the batteries and the fuel tank was, just to ensure that it's all clean.
Like plug out?
Yeah, I also got that.
Thank you.
While we were cleaning out the boat, I noticed some of the carpet on the inside of the boat started to come off. So I bought some Loctite and I used it as an adhesive to reattach the carpet to the boat. Next, I went through each of the compartments and I used plastic clips that came from the previous owner, and I reattached them so that the look and the use of the compartments was how it was supposed to be. And this was one of the last fixes that I needed to do before we could start the photo shoot. Now that we've removed the items from all the compartments from the previous seller, we've detailed the inside of the boat, cleaned the outside of the boat and the trailer, we've made the repairs and fixed the parts that we've wanted to replace. It's now time for a photo shoot. I have 3 tips for you if you're not going to use a professional photographer to take photos of your listing. And tip number 1 is take your photo shoot very seriously. It's the photos that grab your buyer's attention and keep them engaged in your listing. And you use typically one of the photos in your listing as a thumbnail to capture most of the buyer's attention to even click on whatever it is that you're selling. It's not typically the description that gets your buyers excited and motivated to contact you to buy whatever it is that you're selling. Tip number 2 is make sure you set yourself up with enough time to be able to take the photos that you want to capture for whatever it is that you're selling. You get enough exterior photos, get enough interior photos, make sure it's well lit. Don't go when it's too dark outside or midday and it's overexposed. And that leads me right into tip number 3. My favorite time to shoot photos for my listings is during golden hour. It's the hour before sunset. It gives you a perfect amount of lighting. It creates great color and a backdrop for the photos that you're gonna take. But you have a very short window, so you have to be able to make sure that you can do it all in that amount of time. So once you have your photos, you're gonna create your listing. Get it onto as many platforms as possible so that you can get as many eyes looking at your listing to be able to sell faster. Then once you've made your sale, make sure you write out your purchase amount, all of your expenditures, your holding costs, and sale price to know what your return on your investment is so that you have a percentage and a dollar amount so that you know what your track record is from past investments to work towards your future investments. And considering the boat that I just repaired and sold, it sold within 3 days. The seller that I bought it from had issues selling it after 2 months. So this process works. Since then, I've purchased 4 other boats. One wakeboarding boat from out of state, another fishing boat simply because my kids love to fish and we got a great deal, and 2 jet skis because we're gonna have fun with them and we got a great deal. I'll make a video for each of those individually, but in the meantime, leave me a comment below with something that you're considering you wanna buy and then sell, or reach out to me directly if you need help with your process. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.